Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including, are you ready for more cable TV networks to shut down? Ratings are getting so bad, cable executives have to be considering which ones to shut down. We'll tell you what's happening, what one's most likely to shut down. And this comes as Nielsen releases its December 2024 TV numbers, and cable television viewing hit a new all-time low as streaming grows. We'll tell you a little bit more about that in a second. This comes also as Comcast's monthly bills hit $250 for a lot of customers just for internet and television. We'll break that down with their new price hike. Along with Tom Green coming back to television, we'll tell you where to stream it. These stories and more in a quick second. First though, if you want to learn more about these stories, I will put a link to them in the show notes and in the first pinned comment so you could read them for yourself and come up with your own opinions. I'd love to hear from you. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Doing one or both lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, so YouTube recommends our videos to more people, helping us grow and hopefully helping you break free from the high cost of television and still watch the shows you enjoy. All right, let's dive into it. Nielsen yesterday released The Gauge Report. Now, this is a monthly report that looks at the state of TV, both streaming and traditional television. And does it surprise you to see that cable TV networks saw their viewership drop to the lowest percentage ever, at least in this report. Only 23.8% of all television viewing was done on cable TV networks, while streaming grew. 43% of all televisions now streamed through that. Broadcast TV also saw their numbers change with this. So let's talk about this for a minute here. Cable television is falling apart. People are watching it less and less. It's increasingly why you're seeing sports come up. Why watch a rerun of Jag or House or, I don't know, whatever shows on TNT, USA Network, etc. in the middle of the day, when you can just go over to Disney Plus, Max, Hulu, and watch what you want when you want. And increasingly, that's what people are doing. This has driven Universal Kids to shut down. NBC Universal has confirmed that they are shutting down in March Universal Kids. I suspect that this will be one of many networks shut down. We did a report about the very low viewership. There's quite a few networks that are getting less than 10,000 viewers during prime time. On average in 2024, a surprising number of them are getting less than 30, 40,000 viewers. You think about YouTubers and streamers and different people. I was just checking out the weather. Ryan Hall, I think his name, does a weather live stream on YouTube that was getting more than 20,000 viewers when I was checking that just a little bit before I recorded this, as he's talking about the big winter storm. When YouTubers and Twitch streamers and all this are bringing in more viewership than major cable TV networks, you can see why they're shutting down. Look for a lot to shut down, especially with kids networks. We're seeing that become more and more prevalent. Universal Kids being one that shut down. Teen Nick viewership, very bad. One of the biggest drops in viewership in 2024 was Teen Nick. Makes sense. Teenagers are probably not turning to cable television. I know my preteen doesn't watch cable television at all, even though it sits right there. She can easily access these cable TV networks on our Rokus and Fire TVs around the house. So what's happening? Look for cable networks to shut down. There's not enough money. Other cable networks be more rebranded as things like sports networks, like we saw True TV last year get rebranded into a sports network and airing sports content now. Look for that to become more and more common. Leave me a comment, let me know if that surprises you at all. What network do you think will be most likely to shut down? Well, if you wonder why some of this is happening, Comcast raised its price this month, and quite a few of you I've heard from are now paying $250 a month just for television and internet. Once those promo rates ends, with all those new fees, all those new price hikes, you're seeing your TV bills and internet bills combined hit $250 a month. I'm hearing from you. Are there cheaper options? Yes, there are. You may have to do some shopping around to get them. But when things like T-Mobile 5G home internet, it's $50 or less for them, or Verizon, you can go get something like YouTube TV or Fubo or Hulu Plus Live TV. Now you're looking at $150 or less for a lot of these packages. It's very easy to see why people are ditching and saving $100 a month. Moving people from Comcast to YouTube TV with a 5G home internet from T-Mobile can save them over $1,200 a year from one couple I was talking to. Check it out, link in the show notes, but does that price hike consistent with what you've seen? If you have a Comcast, Spectrum, cable, Cox, whatever it may be, cable TV or satellite TV bill from the last couple months, we would love to see them. Could you send us an email? We won't share your personal information, or we'd probably even share the image of it, but we would love to run those numbers for a story we're working on. Could you email them to info@cordcuttersnews.com? Again, info@cordcuttersnews.com. All right, and this all comes, jump back to the Gage story. Streaming did hit an all-time high on that. I have another story that breaks that all down. Link in the show notes down below if you want to find that. All right, Tom Green is coming back to television. The 90s and even early 2000s MTV star is coming back. He struck a deal with Amazon for multiple shows, beginning in January 2024 this is the Tom Green documentary on Amazon Prime Video. It's one of 3 different projects that Amazon Prime Video is going to do with Tom Green. Be interesting. We'll talk about content. This is becoming more and more expensive. I'm sure content like this is far cheaper. Documentaries like this, well, not necessarily cheap, are significantly cheaper than some of these shows are tens of millions of dollars per episode. Any Tom Green fans here? Let me know. Check it out. Link in the show notes down below. Speaking of free content, Walmart's Vizio streaming service has announced, and we got an exclusive on this, a new section on inspiration and faith on Watch Free Plus. Now, this is available with Verizon, not Verizon, Vizio, I apologize, dyslexic moment, smart TVs and other devices. This is a new dedicated section with a ton of content like TED Talks, PureFlix, Trinity Broadcasting, and others now streaming for free there on Vizio TVs. Link in the show notes if you want to learn more. All right, big what's happening in TV history. It's hard to believe 58 years ago, the reboot of Dragnet, 1967 version of it. This is the colored version. They had a 1950s version of the show that did very well. It was also a radio drama that was very good. By the way, all those are on Audible. They're very good. But the reboot of it, which retold some of the stories from the radio drama, some originals, and some from the TV show, premiered, bringing just the facts as a great catchphrase right there. And do you know the LA Police Department has retired the badge number that the lead actor in that show used? You can check it out. Link in the show notes if you want to learn more about that. All right, we have a new FCC chair. Don't like game politics, but this is important to cord cutting. There's a new FCC chair. He's been on the FCC for some time and has now been appointed there. And I've been getting a lot of questions about Brendan Carr. I hope I said that right. What does this mean for cord cutting? What does this mean for streaming? For the foreseeable future, I don't see any big changes. Now, he has already sent some letters out to different companies to give us some hint of cracking down on different monopolies and different things that may happen. Overall, this is why I said when net neutrality changed. Cord cutting existed under the previous administrations. Cord cutting will exist with the current one. We'll be watching very closely for any big changes, but I'd like to just kind of say, hey, there's a lot of very sensationalized news stories about doom and gloom and death of this and death of that when it comes to cord cutting. We'll watch it. If something is bad, we'll make sure to tell you. If something's good, we'll make sure to tell you. We'll have full coverage. I would definitely put a wait and see on this. For now, not a lot has changed at the FCC, especially anything that's impacting you and your average streaming. But we're going full coverage over at cordcuttersnews.com. I got a lot of emails yesterday, people asking, what does this mean? What should we expect? Is this going to fall apart? Is that going to fall apart? Are we going to see mergers and price hikes? Your guess is as good as mine on this. For now, we'll wait and see. As it happens, we'll have full coverage here at cordcuttersnews.com and on our YouTube channel here. So check that out. Again, I know I did this in the middle of the video, but we would love to see cable bills from the last few months for a story we're working on about the true costs of cable TV. Let's forget about those advertised costs because that's really not what you really pay. Once you get all those fees and taxes and all kinds of other stuff rolled in. We want to see your bills. So if you have a bill from the last few months, again, not something that's a year old, but something in the last few months, from a major or even small cable TV provider or satellite TV service, could you email them over to info@corecarsnews.com? That would be a huge help to us. We would appreciate your support. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. We would love to see your support, and hopefully we can help you save some money and break free from the high cost of TV. Until next time, take care, be safe. We'll talk to you all again real soon.